Milwaukee Bureau of Child Welfare remains under scrutiny after thousands of backlogged cases, high worker turnover, and complaints about the agency.
An I-team investigation revealed the agency took a son from his mother and denied visitation for 6 months, only to have that case dismissed. The mother's case prompted new concerns about how the Bureau is operating.
The I-team's Jermont Terry sat down with the Secretary of the Department of Children and Families to talk about the problems that the Milwaukee Bureau is facing. Jermont?
Mike and Carol, the Bureau of Milwaukee Child Welfare is the only child welfare agency in the state that the state runs. DCF took over the Trumbull County agency more than a decade ago. Now some are questioning if the Milwaukee Bureau and the children they vow to protect are any better off today. There are many questions about what's going on inside the Bureau of Milwaukee Child Welfare. In order to find out what's happening in Milwaukee, you have to head to Madison to the Department of Children and Families. That's where Secretary Louise Anderson works to clear up any confusion.
We try very hard to get kids back home to their families.
The Milwaukee Bureau is still without an executive director. The last director resigned abruptly after sending this scathing letter. It outlined unmet safety concerns and excessive workloads for case managers. Then we had the nearly 3,000 backlog cases. The Bureau hired an outside agency to close many of those cases. Families wanted answers, and so did lawmakers.
They're still not answering to anyone in the way that we would like to see.
State Senator Nakia Harris-Dodd called for an audit of the Bureau, but she has since expanded the scope of the audit after the I-team's investigation into the case of Natisha Street. The Bureau took the single mother's 8-year-old son away and denied visitation for half a year after one complaint. Street's case was dismissed.
No one wants to beat up on the Bureau, but if you don't allow for help, then how can we assure that our children are safe?
So if they want to do an audit, I'm not worried.
Secretary Anderson just started her second appointed term by Governor Walker in January. Some people are saying, have questioned whether the Bureau is any better now than it was when it was being operated in Milwaukee County. Do you, and you chuckle, but that is the question that some people have asked. What do you say to people?
I wasn't here.
Well,
then, so I can't answer that because I wasn't here.
But Anderson insists many of the previous issues that forced the state to take over the county agency no longer exist.
So it is better than it was then.
She's working to fill vacant positions left behind by overworked case managers, cut down on the number of complaints, and build trust.
I want our community relations to be better. I want the community not to be afraid of us.
DCF tells the I-team as of April 1st, they had less than 500 backlog cases remaining. The secretary is determined to change the negative perception families here in Milwaukee have of the Bureau, but she realizes that will take some time. There's no indication when that audit of the Milwaukee Bureau will in fact happen.